Roger.
Christopher Pine. Christopher Pine. What time is it?
It's Christopher time.
Christopher Pine. Christopher Pine. My favorite kind of drink is a bottle of wine.
That did not end how I thought it would.
Well, how'd you think it was going to end?
Just not. I was like, I was really excited
A bottle
to find
of
out
time.
how it was going to end, and I was like, oh,
A bottle of
okay.
crime.
That's it.
Can
A
we
bottle
end
of
this,
crime.
please? Can we end this, please?
You started it.
I don't know how many nasty faces I can give you.
Guys, welcome to the Real Awkward Podcast, the best damn podcast you heard
Today,
My name is Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Ashley.
Thank you. As fast as you possibly can, huh? Dude, you have like a mental delay?
wanna seem
What's your
eager.
deal? Like, is he slow? What's going on here?
Maybe I should be first
Okay, ready?
or second.
Welcome to the Real Awkward Podcast.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Andy.
I'm Amanda.
That felt slow.
Yeah, well,
Come
that's
on,
because
Amanda.
she has
Come
a
on.
delay.
Come on,
Okay?
Amanda.
She has
I'm across
excuses.
the country, god damn it. Give me a break.
She's kitty corner, mother sucker. Guys, if you click
Sound travels faster than light. No, it doesn't.
faster
Not
than
on our
lightning.
internet
Were you gonna
connection,
say
it doesn't.
lightning?
No.
Oh, okay. Sound travels faster than light? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, but it's not true.
Definitely not. Do you know what a sonic boom is?
Yeah, it's what Guile does.
Sonic boom.
Sonic boom.
I love it.
Not wrong.
I always know when he's gonna fire the projectile because he says it first. Listen.
Listen, Linda.
You saw the thumbnail. You know what's up. I am not crazy familiar with this actor aside from Star Trek and maybe a couple other films. So I'd be very
Star Trek.
curious. Star Trek. Sorry.
Get it right, motherfucker.
We're not tracking space. We're trekking space, right?
Yeah.
We're on a trek, not a track.
Okay, so say the guy's
Trekkie.
name so we can
Okay.
talk about it.
Okay. All right. This is Chris Pine. And Amanda's going to tell you what a street cred is and why we're even doing this episode.
Okay, here's the deal. So, street cred, we pull up somebody's IMDb credits. We start all the way at the bottom of them. We work all the way up to the top. Now we're here. We're going to shit on some movies. We're going to say we like some movies. Andy's going to say he's never seen it and then talk about it for 5 minutes.
No, I won't.
And
I'm going
then,
to bring it down to 30 seconds this time.
and then Andy's going to, at the end, complain about how long we've been talking for, even though he's the one who's going to cause us to talk the longest.
Okay. Fair.
Also, let me just say one thing about Chris Pine. He's handsome. And I think he looks even better with gray hair.
I thought
Oh, I
Chris,
have not seen this gray
you know what?
hair
I
of
thought
his.
Chris Pine was handsome as well until I realized he has short legs and now I can't look at him any other way.
Oh, he's not a tall man.
No, and he's kind of his proportions are wrong. I don't know what's going on with it, but just
He's
FYI.
got a bobblehead. He has a big head.
He has a giant head. Yes,
But the silver hair
the
works.
silver hair. Okay, I love it. Ash, please tell us about Christopher Pine.
Chris Pine was
Dang
born
it!
in
Got it wrong.
Los Angeles.
Oh God, he's one of those.
His parents are actors.
Oh, see, this guy was silver spoon before he
And
started.
his maternal
Hashtag
grandparents
Nepo baby.
were Max Guilford, a president of the Hollywood Bar Association, and actress Anne Gwynn. His sister, Catherine Pine, also acted.
Amanda, did you know that we were jumping into a cesspool of actors?
No.
His history reads Epstein Island all over it.
He
The
is
fuck?
I'm just saying. Hollywood elite. He was born in that.
But did you know
What?
he's Russian Jewish, English, German, Welsh, and French? I feel like every white actor we have on one of these street creds is like just a mutt.
That's where we all are. We're all from that. They're all making love with each other over in the United Kingdom.
Why even list it? Why even care?
Yeah, just say mutt.
Just say he be white.
He be white.
Why gotta be white?
You know, like the author of Charlotte's Web.
Oh, geez. Okay, so Chris Pine.
You can't say a joke like that while I'm trying to take a drink.
So, what's cool with Chris Pine? Obviously, he did stuff early because his parents were like, "Give him the role."
Yeah. So his first
Give him
role
the role.
was an episode of ER.
Lame. Move on.
Then he did an episode of The Guardian.
Move
Then
on.
he did an episode of CSI Miami.
Okay, wait. How old is it? When was this starting?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
At least, just
He was born in 1980.
Okay. When was The Guardian? When was that?
I have to get back to it,
Oh,
bro.
damn. I didn't know you were going so fast.
His episode of ER was 2003.
Oh, so he didn't act as a child then.
He was 23 when he started.
Okay. Then that's fine. That's fine. We'll continue.
And then
Okay, so
he was...
hold on. Sorry, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry,
Oh,
Sidebar
what?
Nation. So-
what?
Okay, so I remember him in the episode of CSI Miami. I don't remember who he plays. I think his girlfriend or wife or something died. But he had like this brown hair that was like terribly parted in the middle. And he had like black eyeliner and like a lip ring, but it was like obviously super fake.
Oh, no. I don't. So he was like goth, like a weird goth.
Yeah, like kind of one of those like, I don't want to fit in.
Okay.
I love it.
One of those
'Kay.
guys.
So then he was in The Princess Diaries 2
Oh, I missed it. Darn.
with Anne Hathaway.
Wait, Anne
Never
Hathaway
seen
was
it.
in. I didn't know she did a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can picture his role in this, although I never saw it.
Is he like the Prince Charming
I
of
think
the
he's-
film?
His name is Nicholas Devereaux.
It sounds really tardy farty.
Yeah. He was in an episode of American Dreams, and then he did the movie Confession, which was probably about a confession.
I'm like, didn't see it.
Okay.
Well, most of these are TV shows, so.
Yeah.
An episode of 6 Feet Under.
I mean, at least I know that one.
That show's a
then-
banger, I'm just saying.
His next movie was Surrender Dorothy.
Doink. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, but it sounds like it.
And then Just My Luck with Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, this is when they still let her act?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Was this before the meltdown?
Ovs.
Okay,
I remember this movie. I don't remember if it was good. Probably not. It's Lindsay Lohan.
fair.
His next movie was Blind Dating.
He's always in these rom-coms, wasn't
I
he?
feel like I remember this one like on the Blockbuster shelves. But I don't think I watched it. Smoking Aces.
Banger.
Wait, what? What is he in Smoking? Oh my God. I just forgot he's one of the brothers. Holy crap, he's a freaking rock star in that one. He's
Yeah,
got
he's
this,
like shirtless the whole time or something.
yeah, well, and he's just, isn't he bald too? Like shaves his head bald or something like that?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Just remember.
He's got like a podunk accent, right? Him and brothers from the South or whatever.
Yeah, I just remember him and the actor who he was with. I think the actor he was played Juggernaut.
Yes, it's that same guy. Yep.
or not
you're right.
Juggernaut.
Yes, Juggernaut.
Was it Vinnie Jones or whatever?
No,
I was thinking
no,
the
not Vinnie
Blob.
Jones.
I was thinking the
oh,
Blob
sorry,
from
yes.
X-Men.
That's what it is. That's who it is. It's
That guy.
yeah.
I just
That
remember
guy.
the two of them together.
That film, not only do I love that film, but I remember Chris Pine very vividly in that role. And it just unlocked a memory where I was like, these guys are crazy. I think like the beginning is like they're like sawing someone in half. Like they're like disposing of the bodies and they're just like sawing them together. And I was like, what the hell is happening?
I gotta watch this movie again. It's been a long
It's
time
so
since I watched
good.
it, but Smoking Aces is a banger.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say if you guys haven't seen Smoking Aces, it is a quick synopsis here. They are literally everybody is a bounty hunter. They're all going after the same guy and they're all crazy ass characters. It is phenomenal. It's a great film.
And it has incredible acting. The movie just moves the whole time.
Yep.
And it's one of those ones where like it's come up on the show multiple times because it's a huge ensemble cast.
Yeah, if you guys want to know more about it in detail, we talk about it in our Ryan Reynolds episode.
Or our Ben Affleck episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ben Affleck. Yeah, I didn't like his character in that one as much, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember loving this movie.
Yeah.
But when I look at the pictures of Chris Pine, I'm like,
You don't remember that?
I would not have picked him out of that.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yep.
His next movie was Bottle Shock.
I did not see it.
Was that like a marigold front cover?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like some wine movie. It came out when I was a Blockbuster.
Wine.
I believe it. And then he did Star Trek.
So good. He played a great Kirk. Okay, move on, apparently.
What?
Oh, did you say something? I'm sorry.
I said nothing.
Oh, I just said he played a great Kirk, and then it was just dead silent, awkward.
I wonder why, Andy. So was his next movie Star Trek?
That's what I said.
That's what Ash said.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, was there a delay?
Remember how we've been having internet issues? I wasn't trying to make a big deal out of it. Remember how you told us? Remember how you told us just to keep going like it didn't happen?
What's funny is lacking information that you didn't hear it made me
Okay,
even more confused.
Wait, ready? His next movie was Star Trek.
Oh, because he played a great Kirk.
Yeah.
Let's just have awkward
Jesus.
silence every now and again. I think you guys should just mess with me sometimes and not say anything.
Dude, if there's a reason that I'm silent, it's because I didn't hear you. I never am silent. I don't shut the fuck up. So
No,
if I'm
legit
quiet,
though. I knew that you had like just a little bit there, but then I was like, "Hey, Ash, are you gonna say anything?" And she also was silent. So
Well, I told you in the Chris Hemsworth episode, I need to rewatch this because I
Yeah.
don't remember and I only saw it once.
she doesn't remember. That's
no,
okay.
I think that movie's good. I think that especially being the first movie of this new franchise they were starting, I think it was a solid cast. I think that the story works. I think it's a little slow at times. I think they could have shaved some time off of it overall, but I think it's good. I think he does a good job.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, and also Zachary Quinto,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like them together
Works.
made it was perfect. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
I feel like Zachary Quinto is who I remember most from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Spock probably had more of an impact on me.
I
than-
think actually Spock had more of an impact culturally for a lot of people, even in the original series too. So
But I also think that Zachary Quinto was really hot right then because he was in
Yeah,
Heroes.
you're right.
And then he
Yes.
did this.
yeah,
So I think he was probably more memorable
Yeah.
than Pine.
But
But I mean, obviously Pine was.
I didn't realize Chris Pine had only done a couple movies before he did Star Trek though.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And then he did Carriers. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, isn't that like almost a zombie movie? Almost, kind of.
Yeah. It was like a virus. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what. I think I've seen that.
I know it was like we saw it when we were at Blockbuster.
Yeah, I
I'm-
think I've
yeah.
seen it.
I remember the cover. I do remember the cover, but I feel like literally 28 days later and like a couple other zombie films were out during the time.
It's
and
just
I
like a
think
typical
it
virus
felt
movie.
like that. And
Well,
also the
'cause
Crazies was similar.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
tell you right
Name.
now.
Crazy
Yeah.
is good.
If we're considering those two movies, The Crazies all day, every day.
Yeah, it was
the I think what is this? End of the 2000s,
2009.
2010. Okay,
Yeah.
So I think that right now, this is when I was at like about to leave Blockbuster. This is all like the zombie movies are coming out. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not so much straight up zombies. It's just infections. There's a random infection. People are killing
Yeah,
each other. Blah blah
right.
Yeah.
there was such an oversaturation at this point. I think a ton of actors did it, and he just was. It was probably an
Got
easy
lost
one just
in the
to.
mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because even 28 days later, it's not zombies. They call it rage. They have rage.
They're
or something
they're
like
just
that.
infected.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
His next movie was Small Town Saturday Night.
Is it football? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. That's Friday night.
That's Friday Night Lights.
No. And then he did Quantum Quest: A Cassini Space Odyssey.
That sounds absolutely forgettable.
It was 50 minutes. He was a voice. I don't know what that was.
That's why it was forgettable.
And then Unstoppable.
Train.
Yes. Wasn't this with Denzel?
Yeah, and then there was,
And then there was another
Taking
one.
of Pelham 123, which was who's the actor? Not Travolta, the other one in that who like stops Travolta. I forget, but I feel like they came out at the same time, and people interchangeably thought about both of these films.
Well,
No,
I thought Taking
no,
of Pelham
Taking of
1, 2,
Pelham-
3 was Travolta and Denzel Washington.
And Denzel Washington.
Oh.
No, there was another movie that was not Unstoppable. It was like, what was it called?
I don't know
It
because
was
I only
something
remember that
very
one for the
similar,
train.
and it was like yeah. I don't remember.
Well, so wait, who was in this with Chris Pine? Unstoppable.
Denzel.
Denzel Washington.
Wait, so there's 2 train movies that Denzel was on?
Taking of Pelham is a train movie?
Yes, he steals a train.
Why do you say that like I've seen it?
I'm sorry. I thought you did. I apologize. I thought you were at Blockbuster at the same time it came out as me.
I did not watch Taking of Pelham, so I apologize. I remember Unstoppable being okay.
I mean, Chris Pine tries to stop it. Denzel's the bad guy. And then in Taking, Denzel's the good guy. I don't like this anymore. Let's move on. There's too many trains for me.
Too many trains. His next movie is called Celeste and Jesse Forever.
Oh, God. That's
Nope.
Amanda's favorite.
Never heard of
movie.
it. Nope.
This Means War.
Oh, that had Tom Hardy in it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where
And, Reese
they're
Witherspoon.
both falling in love. For her, they're both agents and they fight each
Yeah.
other, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw it. Forgettable.
it was forgettable.
I think I
Yeah.
remember enjoying
I don't
it
think
enough.
it was bad.
I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10.
It has a 6.3 in IMDb.
Okay, fair.
But I think it wasn't bad, but it was forgettable.
I think that was my introduction to Tom Hardy as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep.
His next movie was called People Like Us.
That sounds familiar. What was that about?
It had Elizabeth Banks, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay.
While settling his recently deceased father's estate, a salesman discovers he has a sister whom he never knew about, leading both siblings to re-examine their perceptions about family and life choices.
I definitely did not watch it. Nope. Mm-mm. Okay, Chris Pine. Okay.
After that, he was the voice of Jack Frost in Rise of the Guardians.
That's a great
Ooh,
movie.
that's a banger.
Yeah, that is a good movie. I agree with Amanda.
I will say,
good.
so basically for people who've never seen this before, basically all of like the, not fairy tale, but all of the kind of folklore holiday creatures
Yeah.
have to like team up to stop something bad from happening.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, they're literally like an Avengers team, aren't they?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And on paper, you're like, this sounds fucking weird. But
Yes.
it works. The animation's great. It's got Hugh Jackman is an Australian Easter bunny.
Oh, that's right. That's
Alec
right.
Baldwin plays like a Russian Santa. I remember seeing ads for this and being like, what the fuck is this? It's
Yeah.
honestly really good.
It was from left field. I remember that.
Yeah, but it was one that it was like, I'm surprised people don't talk about it more because I do think it's really, really good.
Yeah, I think it got overshadowed by probably some stupid Pixar movie or something at the time.
Probably fucking Frozen.
Yeah. Yeah, right. What you got next, girl?
So they did a Star Trek video game, and then they did Star Trek Into the Darkness.
Star Trek Into the Darkness. Was that one the Khan redo, Amanda? From like the original movies? I don't remember. I think as far as I know, I thought that they redid that story from the original movies, but that one had Benedict Cumberbatch in it, right?
Because he was Khan, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a Khan redo.
Yeah.
So this,
Okay.
yeah, this is one that kind of plays on an original story from the Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
But they kind of like twist things a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like it's fine.
Yeah, I think I remember enjoying it. I don't think that I know I missed the third one. So but
I feel like
yeah.
these movies get forgotten about.
I agree. I agree. And what's crazy is like there's such a huge cult following for Star Trek that it's interesting that they would be forgotten about because nobody stops talking about the Star Wars movies, whether they're good or
Star
bad.
Wars has a bunch of weird ass creatures. Like
So does Star Trek. Star Trek arguably has goofier looking creatures.
I don't think about weird creatures when I think about Star Trek.
Really? Is it because all the creatures most of the time in Star Trek are like people, what's it called?
They're still very humanoid versions.
Yeah, they all walk on 2 feet. They just have different looking faces. Yeah, right.
I will say though, if you think about Star Trek, I'm surprised that it kind of falls to the background, seeing as it had, even at the time, pretty bankable actors. Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Simon Pegg, Zoe Saldana.
You're right.
And Carl Urban, who isn't always like at the top of it, but like Carl Urban would be an interesting one to do because he's been in a ton of shit that you probably don't even remember.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know he's in some weird Viking movie where I don't even remember what it's called. Pathfinder. He's in Pathfinder and he's in like another really off one too. And he's of course in The Boys, which is, how a lot of people might know him right now.
Talk
too.
about
Fucking
it on
amazing.
Street Cred, bro.
Okay, just saying. Chris Pine again though as Captain Kirk is great. I think he nailed it. I think he nails the role. I think he did just fine. And he doesn't have so the joke is Shatner has that cadence or whatever. He made that character his own. Like that's Captain Kirk of Chris Pine's version.
He's very much trying to not be William Shatner, and I think that was a smart choice.
I agree.
I think that if they had him trying to be there's something on the wing, like it wouldn't.
Yes.
It wouldn't work.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Next, he did Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit.
I have not seen any of the Jack Ryan movies, even when Krasinski took over for him, right?
I think I've seen this one. I think Keira Knightley's in this.
Wait, so Chris Pine did it first and then...
There have been a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been Jack Ryan.
You know what? It's like James Bond. It's kind of that same
Okay,
story.
I didn't
the
know
American-
multiple people had done it. I only knew about John Krasinski.
Yeah.
I think that even Harrison Ford has been Jack Ryan.
Whoa, interesting.
I could
didn't
be wrong. I
realize
could
they
be
had
wrong.
done one older films of it. So
It's like there's a couple series that like they do a lot like that, and Jack Ryan I think is one and then there's Jack Reacher, and then there's a couple.
Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of two different ones then. Sorry.
But I think if this is the movie I'm thinking of, Keira Knightley's in it. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was fine. Kind of generic espionage.
Yeah, and that's the problem is when they're all like from the Tom Clancy library of School of Thought or whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah, kind of Born Ultimatum.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Wait, Chris Pine wasn't in Born Ultimatum?
No, that's not what she means.
No.
It was directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
His next movie is uncredited movie called Stretch.
Interesting.
And then he did Horrible Bosses 2.
What is he in that?
Rex Hansen.
I don't remember him in that role.
I've never seen the second one.
The first one is so good that I kind of probably forget about the second one, but the first one they're going after their bosses. The second one they're the bosses.
Yeah, I think so.
Now.
Something. I don't know.
So I don't know. What's the one where he's doing is it Ray Liotta? Is Ray Liotta in Horrible Bosses 2? I might be wrong. I feel like he's like forced to do cocaine or something like that and he doesn't want to. Or is it
No, I don't see him on
or is it Jeremy Piven? Or is that a different movie altogether? I'm now like thinking of Entourage and we need to move on.
I
Probably.
don't know what you're thinking of.
I don't know. Well, because what's his face does cocaine and he's like freaking out in the car, but that might be number one. Doesn't Charlie Day do cocaine? And
I think you're thinking of the first one because
Okay,
I'll be honest,
yeah.
I forgot they even made a second one.
yeah, I remember the second one only because I remember they were the bosses now. But okay, doesn't matter. Chris Pine apparently is in
He's
this
in
movie.
it. Next is Andy's favorite movie, Into the Woods.
Oof.
Oh God, you guys can talk about that because I effing hate musicals, except for
Except for Repo.
Repo
And except for Rock of Love.
and Rock of Love. Yes. I can take those.
We got it.
Into the Woods sucks. Let's move on.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I mean-
fair enough.
He's Cinderella's prince. Moving along.
Oh, shit.
His next movie is called Z for Zachariah.
I don't
Never
know
heard
that
of
one
it.
at all.
He is not Zachariah. Next, he was in 5 episodes of Wet Hot American Summer First Day of Camp.
I know I've seen that. I don't remember him in it, but if you like the Wet Hot American Summer movies, it's very much similar, and so it's funny.
I think they're very entertaining.
They're just stupid, and that's why they're
stupid,
funny.
But they're meant to be stupid. And like the original, like people who are in it, like they're, I don't know. It's stupid. and
Chris
funny.
Pine, by the way, in Horrible Bosses 2, he's like the villain. And I didn't even realize it.
Okay.
I didn't even remember it.
Wet Hot American Summer. What did you think?
Okay, so Wet Hot American Summer had Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
And who's the other girl? Who's the main girl in it? Is there a main girl or is it like ensemble?
It's kind of
cast?
ensemble.
Kind of ensemble cast?
Janine Garofalo is a huge character in it. Elizabeth Banks is a pretty big character in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then Christopher Maloney, they give him a bigger role in the newer stuff.
Oh, okay. I mean, like I don't know. I don't even know anymore about that film or episodic,
Series.
whatever they're called. Yeah. But the fact that Chris Pine is in it, I don't.
Forgettable.
Obviously missed
Yeah,
it.
I don't remember him.
Do you think that he just has like one of those El Generico faces?
I think so. I think that he doesn't have a huge over the top personality.
Yeah.
So that he
Yeah.
portrays.
Yeah.
So I think that he tends to kind of fall to the back a little bit. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing.
No, I think sometimes it's okay to be that actor. Some people have to be that actor. Actually, Ash and I were talking about this recently. Is some actors just like us, right, in the working world or whatever? Not everybody can be on the top of the mountain, otherwise there wouldn't be a mountain.
Yeah.
And some actors just like keep the foundation of the film industry going while the others skyrocket up. And that's why you have those like B-list actors that just, they get by. They're always in films, but you just don't recognize like their performances very much. So I don't want to say Chris Pine is there. I think that he's a very well-known actor, but I would say that he might have times that he is shadowed by some of the other elite, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
His next movie is called The Finest Hours.
That sounds familiar.
It's about the Coast Guard.
Okay. I've seen this.
Okay.
It's okay. It's definitely like a disaster movie in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those ones where like people are dying. Like it's
okay.
not good.
Okay.
I remember it being like fine. Like it reminded me of one of those ones where like you're clicking through the channels late at night and it's like on TNT or IFC or something.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And you're like, oh yeah, I guess I could just watch a little of this.
Yeah, I
don't
could
know.
squeeze this one out.
Yeah.
Okay. What year are we on, by the way, just to keep things?
We are in 2016.
Okay, so he's got 7 more good years.
Yeah.
It's 6 more good years before we're current.
So next he did Hell or High Water.
Is this 2 guys?
Yes.
That's Brokeback Mountain.
Sorry.
A divorced father and his ex-con older brother.
I think I've seen this. I think they're one's a fuck up and one's kind of like aimless, and they're trying to save the family. The family. It's like a middle America.
It's a Western crime drama.
Yeah, about family.
Yeah, it's about family.
So Ben Foster's in this, and he was also in the last one.
Oh, okay.
So
I like Ben Foster, actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
I've seen.
angel.
That was pretty good. It reminded me kind of in the vein of like not as kind of little kind of zany kooky, but No Country for Old Men.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're right. You're right. It honestly, if you look at the still frames from it, it has the same color palette.
It was
Yeah.
it was
I mean,
good.
it's a Western-ish. You know what I mean?
It was
Like,
good.
Chris Pine though finally looks like a full grown man though in this.
Okay.
Hair on his chest and a mustache. Yeah. Okay. Amanda just said early on that he was an attractive man, so I'm just saying
He's handsome.
yeah.
Okay, then he did Star Trek Beyond.
That's the one I don't think I've seen yet. And I
haven't seen it either.
I forgot they made 3.
Yeah, I don't remember what the plot of this one is. Like, it's not the Borg or anything, right? Because that's Star Trek Generations.
I just remember there is a woman with like white and black face paint.
I don't remember.
That's all I remember.
Because isn't Khan a Romulan or something like that? Or I don't remember what his race is.
I have to say, this synopsis it tells you absolutely nothing.
What does it say, just for fun?
The crew of the USS Enterprise explores the furthest reaches of uncharted space where they encounter a new ruthless enemy who puts them and everything the Federation stands for to the test.
That literally is a car.
That's literally every sci-fi
That's
movie
a Cracker
ever.
Jack box description.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're in space and things happen.
Yeah. These are the voyages of the Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in an episode of Saturday Night Live Cut for Time. Who else was recently in?
The one we did before.
Chris Evans?
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he was in one of those. And then he did Wonder Woman.
Oh, wait. Chris Pine, if I'm not mistaken, do you guys remember the one where she gets abducted by aliens? Do you remember that skit, Amanda?
All in all, not too bad for a Wednesday night. I think that might be him. That's fucking funny.
Oh my
That
God.
sketch
I
is
remember.
funny.
I don't know. They've done it multiple times, but I think he was on one of those episodes where he's one of the guys that's like trying to describe what happened to them. But dude, oh my God, Kate McKinnon in that role. Like, okay, you guys had a much different Saturday night than I did. So they got me on all fours. They got 2 in the pooter and 1 in the cooter.
Yes.
And she's just like describing these aliens. Like, they're just batting my knockers. They're standing in line one by one, just like taking a turn. And, this was some really off the book stuff. I could tell they were whispering to one another.
Well, and she's like, she's the,
yeah.
Okay. So if you've never seen these sketches, you got to look it up. I don't know how SNL alien abduction or something.
Yeah, that's all you need to look up.
Yeah. You can tell she was just on a roll.
Oh,
It's
she's
like
ad-libbing, yes.
The way her whole body language
Yes.
changes when you realize that she knows that she's about to ruin the whole scene.
Yeah, she's making him break.
And she's like gonna do, and she's smoking this fake cigarette the
Yeah.
whole time. The way she's
so good.
taking drags off the cigarette,
it's
it
so
was
funny.
hilarious.
Oh, I love it. I'll go back and watch those all the time because it's a great skit. It's awesome. Anyway, Chris Pine. Sorry.
And then he did Wonder Woman.
Okay, first one, amazing.
Oh, right, about that one.
First one, amazing.
We're going to talk about the first one.
I'm going to tell you, Patty Jenkins was, when she directed this film, and everyone was like, dude, DC might have it back. Like, this is an awesome superhero movie. He is, for lack of a better term, El Generico.
What is that? Is that your word today?
Yeah, El Generico, heartthrob boyfriend.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that he actually plays it pretty well. Like, it's not too bad because that movie's all about Gal Gadot. Like, that's, it's not really about Steve. What's his name? Steve something?
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor?
I think
Is that
you're
what it
right.
is? Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right, Andy, about him kind of like being the background actor.
Yeah.
Because she needed an El Generico love interest.
Yes, she did. Yes,
And
she did.
he has enough charisma to be believable.
Yeah.
But not too much to where he steals the scenes from her.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think we've talked about these movies a few times, but the first one's very good. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10.
We did a Gal Gadot street cred, didn't we?
No, we didn't. She's been in like 5 movies. So
It would be a short.
You know
was
what?
very
We
short.
never make anything short. We could make an hour out of 5 films if we wanted to.
yeah, we probably could. I think that movie's pretty good. I think that the score for her theme, like
Yeah.
that
The theme
Oh,
song.
Oh yeah,
Incredible.
no, that was great. The soundtrack is incredible.
that's amazing. There's obviously some stuff about the movie I think are stupid, but I would say
about
overall,
the first one.
yeah, there's some things that are dumb.
The mustache wearing Aries is retarded.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
how she has that sword down the back of her dress in that
Oh,
scene
sure.
with all the
yeah.
Nazis,
The
and you're like,
ballroom. Yeah.
are you holding that between your butt cheeks? So, but overall, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. In comparison to the second one, which we will talk about,
Girl.
it is 1,000 times better. So, yes, agreed. Okay, so Wonder Woman, fantastic. He did great. He did great in that one.
Next, he did 3 episodes. Excuse me, 3 episodes of a show called Angie Tribeca. It was on TBS.
I don't know it.
Yeah, that had Rashida Jones. It's very the humor is very wild and zany kind of.
Okay.
I did not care for it. I really tried to watch it and I did not care for it.
I like Rashida Jones a lot too, so it sucks. that
It had
it's
a
not
lot of
very,
guest stars.
yeah, not a very good one.
Then they did Wet Hot American Summer 10 years later. Honestly,
Oh, that's what I saw. I didn't see the first one. I think I saw the second
I was
one.
going to say I don't know the difference between the two.
Yeah.
I know I watched them all.
I didn't see this. A Wrinkle of Time or A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, I just remember hearing how bad it was.
Who was
Really?
in
It
that?
has a 4.2.
I don't know the main characters,
It
but it
was-
has like Oprah.
Oh, okay. I was going to
Yeah.
say, I thought it was Whoopi Goldberg, but you're right. It's Oprah. It's Oprah.
Yeah, it was a Disney one.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I remember seeing like it on
Oh, that's
covers
right.
and marketing and like it was like a big deal. And then all of a sudden the movie came out and no one talked about it.
Yeah.
Well, and currently, so movie magic, these episodes we record and then they come out whenever. The Last of Us is currently on, and they just had an episode with the girl who plays the main character from this movie.
Okay.
Plays basically like a love interest character for one of the main characters of The Last of Us.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that passed away?
In real life?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind then. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay. So
next-
Chris Pine was where? What was it? Wrinkle in Time?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Who, what, where now?
What did he do? What's his character? What's he even do in that movie?
His next movie is Outlaw King.
She just skips it. No, that's
I've never even heard of it.
sounds like a
It looks
forbid
like maybe a Netflix
a
movie.
formidable one.
He was in 24 episodes of Super Mansion.
I've never heard of that.
Get rid of the shun, and I may have watched it. You stare at me, you idiot.
No. He was the voice of Peter Parker in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I knew
Ooh.
that. I knew that.
Banger. Yeah.
I-
Such a good movie.
I knew that because I was like, what is that voice? And then it clicked with me, and I'm like, that's James T. Kirk.
Yeah, he's the voice
Yeah.
of Peter Parker from Miles Morales' universe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That movie's amazing.
Yeah.
The soundtrack's amazing. The visuals are amazing. It's funny. If you've never seen Into the Spideyverse, I absolutely 100% recommend it. It's amazing.
It's so good. It's so good.
So good.
I can't. The second one I think is literally out this summer.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
Dude,
yeah,
I
not
can't
far from
wait.
now.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Did you see the Ninja Turtles trailer?
No.
Okay, it's literally the same. Not that. Okay, it's not the same animation style, but it's like
similar?
it's very similar to that. Like the frame rate's just a little bit different
Cool.
to look like comics.
All right,
and
I'll
stuff,
watch the
so,
trailer.
It's
yeah.
so visually interesting, like
It-
that animation style.
It really is. It really is. I hope it's just nice for them to move away from that El Generico Pixar style to like this new.
Something
Literally looks
different.
Like you are watching a comic book being read.
It's rad.
Oh,
no, it's
cool.
rad. So yeah, Amanda, after we're done, you should watch the TMT trailer. But Chris Pine made a great Spider-Man. Like he did a
Sweet.
good job. I remember he did a really good job.
Next, he did 6 episodes of I Am the Night.
So he's jumping between film and TV.
I Am
a
the
lot,
Night.
right?
Is
Yeah,
that
it
from
looks like,
TNT?
TNT, yeah.
I've seen this.
Really?
It's okay. It was like one of those. It was. I don't even remember if it had a season 2. It's basically the idea that if
It
you
was
ever heard
only
of the
6
Black
episodes.
Dahlia murder,
Okay. Interesting. So does that mean that
it's
it was
basically
like
this idea. It.
which one?
I Am the Night. Have you ever heard of the Black Dahlia murder?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you used to watch. You watched that movie, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, so it's basically this idea that there was like a missing child involved, like she had a daughter and stuff. So it was okay. It was one of those ones where they're trying very hard to be like a noir thriller.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
All right. I did an episode of home movie The Princess Bride. He was Westley, which I could totally see.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did 3 episodes of Robot Chicken, and then he did Wonder Woman 1984.
Oof.
That is his. What do you call? What's
His claim to fame?
No, what's the thing that buries you and you can't get back into acting?
God.
What's,
I don't
Honestly,
agree.
the part that, I mean, lots of parts drive me crazy. When he just jumps in the modern day jet and knows how to fly it.
Yeah.
Oh, that bothered you? It bothered me when it just was randomly and not spoken about in the movie whatsoever. That was the 4th of July.
And they just see fireworks and they go, oh, yeah.
Honestly, Chris Pine, it is not his fault that movie is bad.
No.
No, his acting in that movie was like fine. Like,
His role was
fine.
His role.
His role is on par with the first one. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
You know what's funny to me? I think that this hurt Gal Gadot's career, but I think this hurt Kristen Wiig's career the most.
Oh, absolutely. But also
that's fair.
Pedro Pascal also was not great in this film.
This did
either.
not. But this movie didn't hurt him.
It didn't hurt him, but that's because most people forgot he was in it.
I didn't even know who he was until last week.
Yeah, Ash had just started watching, like, maybe you were sitting there with an episode of
Yeah.
Mandalorian with me or something.
And he took
but
off his mask, and I was like, who dat?
And I explained to her, and she's like, that is not who I remember him
Like,
to be.
I didn't know he looked like that.
That's the internet's dad right now.
Yeah, right. I know.
Sorry.
But no. So Chris Pine, I'm sorry that you were in this shit movie. And it's funny because I've talked to other people and they like the movie. And I'm like, how the villain is all screwed up. It doesn't work right. This whiny salesman thing that Pedro plays and like this goofy architecture, like hunting crap, like none of it seems to really work well. Also, Gal Gadot, I feel like she acts worse in this one than she did in the first one as well.
I agree.
I
I agree.
Maybe because she actually talked less in the first one and she was a little bit more mysterious. But, and then the whole Mysteria, the island stuff, like, I felt like, I don't know, they kind of pigeonholed that, or not pigeonholed, forced that story separately, and like Diana being a badass, like, and learning and loving her mother, and like, I don't know, it just all landed really flat and weird. I did not like it, and I'm sorry, Chris Pine, that you had to be in this god-awful movie, which they now have canceled production of a third one because it was so bad.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah. Right? Sorry, Chris.
Here's what I have to say. Final words about this movie. It sucked. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
I got two words for you.
Until we do our Gal Gadot street cred.
Yes, we're going to do it now.
He did
No.
2 episodes of American Dad. And then his
I
next
fucking
movie,
love American Dad.
His next movie is called The Contractor.
That sounds like
Never heard of it.
El Generico movie.
Probably. His next movie is called All the Old Knives.
Interesting.
Prime Video.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
His next movie was called Doula.
Wait, is he actually a doula?
I don't
I'd
know.
watch it if he's a doula, because I was a doula for my wife.
After the sudden death of their midwife, an LA couple hire her son to be their live-in doula.
There you go. Figured it out.
Great. His next movie is called Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh, that came out last year or whatever.
Okay, it's Florence Pugh.
Yeah, I like her.
Harry Styles.
Yeah. It's very
I
much.
remember seeing the trailers for this.
Yeah,
on.
it's not great. It's one of those movies that thinks it's trying too hard to be kind of weird and like one of those. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Let me break it down. Do you remember like 2010, 2012? There was all these movies that were trying to be kind of like quirky and offbeat, but still have like a thriller mystery situation happening. That's kind of what's happening. So basically, it's like WandaVision, where it's like kind of Betty housewife, like my life is perfect, blah blah blah. Yeah. And then weird things start happening that make her start questioning their reality.
Okay.
And then at the very end, it's like all of a sudden this crazy shit happens and you're supposed to be like, oh, what? But in reality, you're like, oh, weird.
That's called setup and terrible payoff.
This was directed by Olivia Wilde.
Yes.
Oh, well, looks like she won't be doing that again.
Yeah. Next, coming out, Dungeons and Dragons.
I've seen the trailer. I think it looks god awful. Amanda has a different opinion.
It looks hokey, but
I've
could
seen
also
the trailer.
be a cool, like, fun adventure movie.
It might be.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer. I think it looks dumb and hokey, which is why I want to watch it.
Fair enough. That's fair.
What I'm hoping is that it knows that it's dumb and hokey and they have
it makes
fun
fun
with
of
it.
itself.
I'm just getting In the Name of the King vibes all over again when I watch this trailer. So
It is. It's a little yes. Yes.
like Chris Pine literally looks like a guy that was teleported into Dungeons and Dragons from like a 1970s. I don't know. It looks like he's got like a leather jacket on and he's got like a modern day haircut. And I'm just like, this doesn't. I don't know.
If they're able to make it self-referential enough that it's like they're in on the joke too,
yeah,
then I think it could work.
It's interesting though for him to accept that role, unless he's in dire straits right now and he's just kind of like accepting whatever.
Well, he obviously seems like the kind of person like he can be funny.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and I think that he's one of those people where he can be like serious funny and it works.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
I don't know. I don't think the trailer looks that bad. I remember seeing the early trailers a few months ago and thinking that they were funny. So I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen all the trailers yet, but the one I saw, it seemed not good. So I will definitely give it the benefit of the doubt, but just saying. Some of the other Dungeons and Dragons stuff that they've tried to come out with has not been good.
No.
I'll probably watch it because I've got that Regal Unlimited.
You'll just watch whatever movie comes out.
And
these
it looks like
days.
it could be entertaining. It could be at least a popcorn flick. Rotten Tomatoes gives it 85% right now. So
the embargo's lifted. Okay.
What do you mean the embargo's lifted?
So a lot of times all these reviewers have seen the movie, but they have to hold on to reviews until they allow them to be released.
Oh, okay.
So
there's only 20 reviews right now.
Okay,
So 85% out of 20 reviews could be skewed. I don't know. But I'll watch it. And then after that, he's a voice in a Robot Chicken movie.
Okay. I didn't even realize Robot Chicken was popular enough to like have a movie again. Like, I feel like that was like a 10 years ago.
Yeah, I feel like it's
thing.
done, but I don't know. And then he has a movie called Pool Man. He's got an untitled Star Trek sequel in the works.
Jeez.
A movie called Newsflash. And then a Hulu project where he plays Robert F. Kennedy.
Okay.
And that's it.
Wow.
See, here's why I don't trust Dungeons and Dragons. I'm still stuck on this.
Go on.
Okay.
I can tell you we're distracted.
Frickin' they made a movie in the year 2000 that was awful. Do you remember this movie? It had Jeremy Irons in it. It had
the bad guy had like blue lipstick on.
I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Yeah.
And is that like Bella Thorne or whatever? Or what was her name?
That was a man. There was a man.
No, not that guy. Like the princess or whatever. And
I
then
don't know.
and then like Damon Wayans is in it. Like I remember this movie just not
Thora Birch.
Thora Birch. What did I say?
Bella Thorne.
Bella
Bella
Thorne.
Thorne. That's very different.
Thorne,
Yep.
Thora.
And then they did another one, Dungeons and Dragons in 2005, and then another one, Dungeons and Dragons. And all of these just scored like, it's so rotten. So I'm like, I'm scared for it. I'm just scared.
But I imagine they didn't. Sorry, they didn't do anything like with comedy.
No, maybe not. You're right. Maybe it was everything was, they took it all too serious. So
I think it needs the comedy. It kind of takes me to like Onward.
yeah. Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Like if that
Yeah.
were to be like
Yeah.
live action,
Yeah.
that's what I kind of imagine this is.
So there's
Without,
a-
like creature,
There's a series that I'm watching right now, which I screwed up on, but it's called Vox Machina, right? I think I was showing you.
Sure.
It's on Prime. It's an animated show. Amanda, do
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, the Legend of Vox Machina.
Yes. And so this is like Dungeons and Dragons with the comedy, and they do it perfectly. So I do see how it could be successful, but I just feel bad because I feel like Chris Pine, if this is not successful, this guy's in his low point of his career.
Well, I think that you have to remember at the end of the day, Dungeons and Dragons is a game.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I
fair.
think that if they are able to, like I said, have fun with it, I think
Yeah.
it could be successful. And you have limitless possibilities.
Sure.
You just,
sure.
it's like the Lego movie. You just make another one of the things you already have happening.
well, and
Any other campaign, you make it a movie.
Yeah, there's not a specific storyline you have to follow, like the
Yeah.
comic book
You're
series.
right. You're
like-
right. And with the success of Stranger Things and making Dungeons and Dragons like cool again,
Popular.
like I
Yes.
imagine. Well, maybe it was never cool, but it's now become cool.
They're
So-
allowed to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, so maybe they're like, let's just try to capitalize on the popularity of role playing again, and maybe just see.
Well, because you got to think, right? Like, so probably like at the end of season 1 was when Dungeons and Dragons was like, it was cool again.
yeah,
Maybe
right,
end of season
right.
1 into season 2. And so, which you think was probably like 3 to 4 years ago,
Sure.
5 years ago. So then when that happens, like, people have this idea to make a movie. They got to pitch the movie. They got to write it and
Yeah,
film it
2
and
years
edit it.
later. Yeah.
And so now it's 5 years later and this movie's finally coming out.
Yeah, you're right. It might be on the end of the tidal wave, but I guess Stranger Things 5 is supposed to be out or filming this summer, out next year.
That's a long wait.
It's a long wait, but it's the finale. So they're probably going to put everything they have into it. So
Yeah.
crazy. So that's it for Chris Pine, huh? That's all that sucker's done. Well, for someone who grew up in the acting world, I thought he would have had way more credits early on in life. So crazy that he started at about 23 years old, I think you said. So
Yeah.
begs the question, what are you guys going to go back and see of Chris Pine's?
I know I want to watch Smoking Aces again.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
great movie. Yeah.
And then I haven't seen the newest Star Trek, so I'll probably watch it.
Oh, yeah.
And then-
what was that called again? Beyond, right? Beyond? Okay.
I don't know.
Yes.
And then I think I'll have Lincoln watch Rise of the Guardians.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
But we recently rewatched Into the Spideyverse. But honestly, probably the next thing I'll see with Chris Pine is Dungeons and Dragons. I do want
you'll
to see it.
Dungeons and Dragons. You'll have to come back and tell everybody whether it was
Yeah,
worth
if I
or
watch
not.
it, I'll have to talk about it.
I love it. Guys, if you are a fan of Chris Pine and one of these that we haven't seen or one we did and we talked ill of, you need to tell us why it's so amazing with him. And if you want to do that, Amanda, where can people hit us up?
Your grammar in that whole sentence was bananas to me. Check out our Instagram at Real Awkward Podcast. If you want to support the show, $3 a month gets you exclusive episodes and some other stuff. Patreon.com/Real Awkward Podcast.
Yay, awesome. Can I get a
Sure.
yeah?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right, Chris Pine, you're allowed to talk now. Okay. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening to Real Awkward Podcast.
Bye-bye.
Bye.